of the bodily factor. So here in Atisara and Vamana, the bodily factors are moving out of the body. That's why along with other drugs, Sandhaniya drugs are utilized in Atisara. It is based on the dravyas, guna and karmas of Stambhana Upakrama as told in the Sutrasthana 22nd chapter. So you should understand what are the dravyas, what are the karmas mentioned for each upakrama, and what are the gunas explained for each upakrama, and how they are related to particular disease. If you try to read every disorder in this way, you can write better in examination. You can understand a disease in a better way, so that you can plan the treatment in a patient with good outcome. So in this way, the Stambhana dravyas are utilized for the treatment. In total, the Shed Upakrama, it is not a separate entity which is explained in Charaka Sutrasthana. Always you try to read this Shadvida Upakrama in relation to the Vyadhi as a topic of third year BMS, and you try to connect these two, that is second year portion and final year portion, with the portion what you have studied in Padartha Vijnana in terms of Dravya, Rasa, Guna, Virya, Vipaka, Prabhava or so, or Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha and Samavaya. Then you can understand the nature of writings of Charaka Samhita, how it is written and what is the base and how the things are interrelated. Otherwise, you feel that these things are written randomly, and if you try to remember the facts, you cannot recollect the things and you cannot remember all the factors. Try to understand these factors along with some basics explained in the chapter 22nd, and try to remember and try to expand in the each and every disease. So this is how we have to understand Charaka Samhita, and this is how we have to plan the Shadvida Upakrama in the clinical practice. Of course, we are not doing much in the practice. We are more oriented towards drug-oriented practice, not the conceptual oriented practice. If you practice according to the concepts or siddhantas of Ayurveda, try to remember in this manner, like what I had told, Dravya Guna Karma, then the Vyadhi, then you will have the better understanding about the disorders and the Dravya. With these few explanation on Shadvida Upakrama, I am thankful to the organizers who have given me an opportunity to speak a few things about Charaka Samhita. And if you have any doubts, then you can ask.
Thank you very much, sir, for taking your time to prepare for us such an extraordinary, wonderful presentation, which was incredibly informative. We will now go ahead to the question and answer session. Shall we begin, sir? We will now go ahead to the question and answer session. Sir, shall we begin, sir?
Definitely, yeah. Am I audible?
First question.
Okay.
Yes, sir. First question.
Yeah.
Stambhana Upakrama use and misuse in our day-to-day practice. How can it be understood?
Yeah, it is always misunderstood. Better say understood. The reason is we give maximum importance to Snehana Upakrama and Svedana Upakrama in Ayurveda, followed by Brahmana Upakrama or Langhana Upakrama next. And the Rukshana and Stambhana, we are not giving much importance because we are not understood what is Stambhana Upakrama clearly. I'll give one example. If you see the Pushyanaga Churna, which is explained in Yoni Vyapa Chikitsa, whenever if I say I have given Pushyanaga Churna for Atisara, the question is like why it is given. It is explained in Stri Roga, but it is not the case. If you see the indication of Pushyanaga Churna as explained in the Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 30th chapter, if you see the shloka which is given for Pushyanaga Churna, just I'll see it is given Arshasu Atisareshu Raktam Yacha Upaveshyate. So if there is Atisara along with Rakta or Arsha along with the Rakta Pravaha, then Pushyanaga Churna is indicated. That means definitely it is having some Stambhana Dravya. If you see the list of the drugs, 28 drugs which are mentioned for Pushyanaga Churna, you can group it into 5 Dashayamani. It is having few drugs of Shonita Stapana Dashayamani, few drugs from Stanya Shodhana Dashayamani, and few drugs from Sandhaniya Dashayamani. How Sandhaniya is helpful, I have already explained. Then Purisha Sangraniya Dashayamani, few drugs are mentioned, and Arshognani Dashayamani, few drugs are combined. So it is the yukti of author who has combined the many drugs from these 5 Dashayamani, and it is yoga is prepared. That's why Pushyanaga Churna can also be given in Atisara. But in clinical practice, we don't have idea that Pushyanaga Churna can be used in Atisara. The general or popular version of Pushyanaga Churna is it is only given in Pradhara. So this is how we have to understand Stambhana Upakrama.
Thank you, sir. Second question.
Yeah.
On what basis Snana is mentioned under Brahmana?
Yeah. Like I told, no, it is not like the Guna, Rasa Guna, Virya, Upaka is acting there. Some of them are the Brahmana are Dravya Rupi, some of them are Adravya Rupi, and some of them are Karma Rupi. As in case of Langhana, we have seen Karma Rupi Langhana and Adravya Rupi Langhana. Here also, the Snana, it is Karma Rupi Brahmana. Karma Rupi Brahmana means, if you see the Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 25th chapter, Agraushadi, it is mentioned Snanam Shramaharanam. It will remove the fatigue, that is mentioned. And if you see the Snana Gunas, which are explained in Charaka Sutra, 5th chapter, you will get the idea how it is Brahmana. If you want, I can go through the reference which is explained in 5th chapter of Charaka Samhita. It is given the definition of Snana and how it is mentioned. See, it is mentioned Sweda Bibatsatam Hanti Sharira Parimarjanam. If you do Snana, it removes the mala of the body, and then Malam Hanti, it removes mala. But directly, how it is increasing the thing, the bodily factor, it is not explained. But if you see the Karsha Chikitsa, which is explained in 21st chapter, it is mentioned. Sapna, Shaya, all these are considered as they are the karmas which are increasing the body mass. Similarly, here also in Brahmana, Swapna is, Snana is explained as Brahmana.
Thank you, sir. There is another question. Could you please explain the Vada Vyadi by these 6 Upakrama?
Yeah, definitely we can, I can utilize, but it will take more than 8 to 10 hours. I will not go in that much of detail. If you see the Vata Vyadi Chikitsa, the disease process from the first shloka of Vata Vyadi Chikitsa of 28th chapter of Charaka Samhita. The Vata Vyadi, it is a group of many conditions. Vata Vyadi means not all Vata Vyadis are similar. It is a group of disorders. So how it is grouped, that we will see later. It is purely, it is explanation for post-graduation and clinical practitioners area. I'm not going in detail. But if you see the reference of Charaka Samhita Chikitsasthana 28 chapter, shloka number 104 and 105, it explains Sarpihi Tailavasa Majja Sneka Abhyanjana Bastayah, like Chaturvida Sneha in the form of Basti and oral intake, and Snigdaha Svedaha, the Sweda in the form of Snigda Sweda. Then Rasaha Payamsi Bojjani, that is Mamsa Rasa. In Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 25th chapter, Mamsa Rasa is considered as a Brahmaniya. Payamsi, that is milk. I have already explained, milk is one under the Brahmaniya Dravya. Then Bojjani, Swadu, Amla, Lavananicha. The first three rasas, Swadu Rasa, Amla Rasa and Lavana Rasa. All these three rasas are increasing the kapha dosha in the body, or these are responsible for increasing the guruta of the body, because the kapha dosha is having guru guna, snigdha guna and shita guna. All the gunas of kapha will be increased, and even brahmana is having guru guna, snigdha guna and shita guna. Because of a samanya principle, there is vriddhi of the bodily dhatu. And the fourth line of the same shloka what I am referring, brahmanam cha yat cha tat sarvam prashastam vataroginam. All the brahmana treatment, it is good for vataroga. So this is a general form of treatment. Of course, there are some variation in this general treatment, but in general treatment of sarva vata vikaranam, it is brahmana is the line of treatment.
Thank you, sir. Next question. Why Langana is indicated in Pramida as mentioned in Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 22nd chapter 24th sloka?
Pramidaka, yeah. Pramidaka is a condition like Satatam Pradhanam. If a person is continuously thinking, then it is called Pramidaka. And Pramidaka, that is considered as a condition in the body where the kapha and pitta are increased. For that, if you see the reference in Sutrasthana, 16th chapter, refer the Bahudoshasta, that is when the pitta and kapha are increased in the body, the list of the symptoms are given, Bahudoshavasta. In that, you can see the symptom Pramidaka. That is, the person is continuously thinking, Satatam Pradhyanam, that is the word meaning of Pramidaka. And if you see Avasadaka word in the Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana, Chikitsa Prabratiya Adhyaya, Avasadaka is also Mano Avasadaha, a state of dullness of the mind. That is called Avasadaka. And Pramidaka is more or less similar to that. And this is considered as the Santarpanotta Vikara. If you see the list of Santarpanotta Vikara in the next chapter, 23rd chapter, it is mentioned in the list of the Santarpanotta Vikara. That is like starting with the Prameha, Pidaka, Kota, etc. And in the fifth line, it is mentioned Indriya Srotasam Lepo Buddher Moha Pramilakaha. So Pramilaka or Pramidaka, that is considered as the disorder produced due to overnutrition. And in opposite to that Brahmana, it is the Langhana. That's why the Langhana Chikitsa, it is explained for Pramidaka. I hope I have cleared the doubt of Tvagdoshinam Pramidanam. That is the shloka where the question is raised, isn't it? So it is in the 24th shloka of 22nd chapter. Where what is the meaning of Pramida? It is Satatam Pradhyanam, and it is Santarpanotta Vikara. That's why the Langhana is given.
Thank you, sir. There is another question. How to understand Ruksha Karma in terms of Kapha Avarana or Avrittavada?
So it all depends upon the condition. Like what you are telling about Kapha Avarana, we have so many Kapha Avarana and Kapha Avrittavata. If you see the Kapha Avrittavata Chikitsa, I mean, which is explained in the Chikitsa Sthana, Vata Vyadhi Chikitsa, you will have the treatment of Kapha Avrittavata. You just see the reference of 187 and 188 of Charaka Samhita Chikitsa Sthana Sutra Sthana, I mean Chikitsa Sthana. Kapha Avrite Yava annani jangalaha mragapakshinaha. Here Yava anna is mentioned. And if you see the list of the drugs used for Rukshana Chikitsa, the Yava is the best Rukshana Dravya. If you see the treatment of Prameha, the Yava is utilized for Rukshana in the Chikitsa Sthana, Prameha Chikitsa. Here also the Ruksha Dravya or the Rukshana Dravya like Yava is given. In this way, the Kapha Avrata Vata means, or the Kapha Avrata condition means, the Kapha should be removed first. The Kapha has the Guru Snigdha Shita quality. If you see the qualities of Yava, it is having Laghu, Ruksha and Ushna quality. So it is opposite to the qualities of Kapha, and that's why it is considered as good for Kapha Avrata Vata condition.
Thank you, sir. Next question. How does control of thirst acts as a Langana?
Yeah, it is purely, you have to experience how controlling the thirst is considered as Langhana. When you control thirst for few months, you feel that your body is light. That is the what we call karma we have to experience. I'll give one example. Recently, I am experiencing. So I am sitting in the clinic from morning 9 to 1 or 1:30 in the recent past few months because of COVID-19 incidents. During these from 8:30 to 1:30, I am not taking even a drop of water because the mouth is covered with the mask and some other things. And even it is not advisable to drink water in such condition when you sit in the clinic because of the circumstance.
Sorry for the inconvenience, dear participants. There's some network issue. We'll sort it out soon. Thank you.
Hello?
Sir?
Yeah? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Next question, sir.
Yeah.
Could you please explain why Vada is told as Sandanyakara?
Vata is?
Told as Sandanyakara.
I could not get, like, what is the total, what is the question?
Could you please explain why Vada is told as Sandanyakara?
Where is the reference? Even I'm a bit confused. Why Vata is Sandhaniyakara? Where it is explained? If the question is with some reference, then I can proceed. Otherwise, I'm not getting the reference where it's Vata is Sandhanakara.
Sorry, sir. No reference is not mentioned here, sir.
Yeah, probably it is out of context, I think. In Charaka Samhita, such reference I am not getting. Only in Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana, 25th chapter, it is mentioned Vayuhu Prana Samnya Hetuna, that is explained. Other than that, I am not getting the reference. What is the person is going to ask? Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Dr. Drishya PR, Assistant Professor, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Very good evening to one and all. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of Ayurveda College, Coimbatore and the India Samsiddhi team, and my own behalf, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar a grand success. First and foremost, it's my privilege to thank today's guest speaker, Dr. Raghavendra Udupa sir. My thanks to sir is literally a padavandana to a person whom I consider my guru in all the sense possible. I feel nothing is more blessed for me, representing my mother institution, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, and here addressing vote of thanks to the one who made me capable to stand where I am now. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation and thanks to sir for his enlightening speech on the clinical aspects of Shadvidopakrama with beautiful explanations on the concepts of guna. We are also very grateful to sir for his analysis of Shadvidopakrama in a unique perspective which nourished our mind with Vishesha Jnana. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Sir, your speech inspired our hope, ignited our imagination, and instilled a love of learning. Your words gave us clear idea about segregation, aggregation, and derivation of concepts and application of those in clinical practice. Thank you, sir. We are all inspired by your great words. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues. I extend my big thanks to our whole Ayurveda College family for their support and teamwork. We are most grateful to all the guests and participants here. We thank you all for being with us this evening. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite Dr. Sudhir Raj N., Principal, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to share a few words. Over to you, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. It was an excellent class, and it was really refreshing to me also. I think all the participants, it was a great experience. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. The next session will resume sharp at 6:30. So, dear delegates, please stay tuned for the next interesting session with Dr. Vinod K. Alapat, sir, on code perception of Sadhyo Pranahara Marma in contemporary period. Thank you.